What is up, everybody? I am Ant, and I'm joined by my longtime friend and co-host. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Carlos Caribbean cool,
Keeping things cool in the Caribbean.
cool side.
Yes, sir. And we are the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, and we are here covering WWE Friday Night SmackDown from September 9th, 2022, live in Seattle, Washington. And this is a pretty decent SmackDown. A lot of, not a lot of crazy stuff happening. We saw an introduction of a new member to the Bloodline, but we'll get more on that later. The show starts out with a very important six-man tag match. The Brawling Brutes taking on Imperium, and this
Yeah,
match.
honestly, that match just came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. I don't even think they even mentioned that the match was going to take place, but I was excited to see it happen. Here are some quick notes from the match. Gianni Vinci nails a springboard crossbody to Ridge Holland. Gunther nails a huge chop to Butch. Butch then nails a German suplex and a stomp to Gianni Vinci's fingers. Gunther then applies a Boston Crab to Butch, who then Gunther then applies an STF. Sheamus gets tagged and ends up taking control and nails 25 blows to Ludwig Kaiser's chest, which, I mean, one blow by Sheamus is bad, but 25. Sheamus nails a white noise to Vinci onto Kaiser, and the crowd just is popping hard for Sheamus. They are really becoming bigger fans of him than they already are. Sheamus goes for a bro kick to Vinci and nails a big slam to Kaiser. However, Vinci hits Butch with a brain buster, and then Imperium land a combo top rope uppercut to Butch to get the win. And Imperium and Gunther have the advantage over the Brawling Brutes. What did you think about this six-man tag match? It was a brutal brawl, but what do you think?
It was a great match. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it to happen so quickly. One thing I want to point out though, I love how they're giving Butch slowly back like his wrestling like giving back his P Dunne character slowly. Like I feel like slowly he's gonna eventually give back his name and stuff. But yeah, like how they gave him his singlet back. It feels like I feel like his moveset's going back to NXT style, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Like in wrestling, the first couple months he was on main roster, they had him in a button down t-shirt and like pants and stuff. Like now they have him in his original gear,
yeah.
So all they need to do now is just give his name back and his theme song. He's good. But the thing, this is off topic, but the thing with name changes is so basically what they do is they WWE wants the rights for the name, but you gotta either you say yes or no, because if WWE owns the name, that means you can't, if you ever get released or go somewhere else, you can't use the name somewhere else because it's the property of WWE. But
Yeah.
if you keep your name, then you can use it somewhere else. But WWE would have to change it then. But yeah, that's but it was a good match. That was kind of off topic, but yeah.
Dude, I feel you though. It was a great match. I thought there was a lot of good elements there, a lot of brawling, and that's just what all the fans of WWE want to see, the Brawling Brutes in action. They want to see Imperium, and I was glad to see it. Again, Sheamus is sort of getting that rocket to the moon right now. And yeah, that's all we can really say. Moving on, we see a moment where WWE honors Queen Elizabeth II, who recently passed away. Tyler and I did a whole conversation about that in
That
our
was
attitude years.
I'm glad that they did that because they just did the show in the UK. Of course they can probably say something about it.
Yeah.
They have UK fans too. They probably appreciated that.
God save the Queen. Okay.
Oh, did you guys hear about the apparently when this happened today? This is way off topic, but one of the soldiers collapsed when they were bringing the Queen out to the casket.
Oh wow. I think
One of the soldiers that was holding the casket collapsed. So
mm,
yeah, I just saw that story random a few minutes ago. I was like, oh shit.
okay. Well, that's the poor guy. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, no, that's kind of embarrassing. Not embarrassing, but damn.
Carlos is laughing at the poor guy who barely can stand. The Bloodline come out with Sami Zayn. That's the Usos and Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn says the Bloodline is in your city tonight. And the Usos introduced the newest member of the Bloodline, their younger brother, Solo Sikoa. And Solo says, "You come for my family, I come for you." Solo Sikoa is here to stay. The bloodline just got bigger and stronger. You the twos, we the ones. And before they can leave, Drew McIntyre runs out with a steel chair and he nails Solo with it. And before he goes to hit him in the back with it, Sami Zayn takes the shot. Sami Zayn keeps getting shot after shot for the bloodline.
Sammy's
Drew
such a
then
good friend.
Yep. Drew then challenges Solo to a match later on tonight, and Solo accepts. So what do you think about Solo being added? I'm happy about that. And then what do you think about Sami Zayn continuing to take the shots for the bloodline?
Yeah, no, I mean, if Sammy's the honorary Uso, of course he's gonna do that. And now I think we all knew eventually Solo Sikoa was gonna join them. Like now, something happened this week that kind of got me confused, but we'll talk about it another time. But you know, it's gonna be. I'm excited to see what they do with him on the main roster.
I'm excited too. This is going to be um an interesting situation now that all the members are, together. And Sami Zayn, I think eventually is going to get, something's going to happen. But up next, we have the WWE Women's Tag Team titles on the line. The champions Aliyah and Raquel Rodriguez defending against Toxic Attraction from NXT. The
Oh,
match
the
starts.
titles were on the line.
Or no, maybe they weren't.
I thought it was just a
No, they
regular match.
weren't. It was just a regular match, but still, they're the champions. Anyways, Raquel press slams Aliyah onto JC Jane, and then Aliyah nails a springboard Des press. Raquel nails a fallaway slam to JC, and then a corkscrew elbow to Gigi Dolan. And then Raquel lands a Tihana bomb to JC to get the win for their team. These two are going to go on to Raw to take on Damage Control. But what did you think about this match? I mean, Aliyah and Raquel are a good team. They are the first women's tag champions back after the titles, were vacated earlier this year. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they're okay. I'm not really feeling them as a tag team. I would prefer Dakota Kai and Io Sky right now, but man, no, I mean they're working together. I guess they're becoming more of a team. But I don't know.
I feel like Aaliyah has, improved a lot, but Raquel is always my favorite.
Yeah, no, Aliyah's definitely improved. That's one thing. And Raquel's, yeah, she's just that bad bitch. But
Big
anyways,
mommy cool.
I feel like Toxic Attraction should have won though. Because I feel like they're doing them so bad on the main roster. Like, why are they just having them lose every freaking match? I mean, they did win something, but they just couldn't do it because like they got injured. But still, I don't know. I feel like they're worth more.
I feel you. All right. Well, speaking of worth more, this match is for the number one contendership for the SmackDown Women's title. It is a five-way elimination match. The competitors.
Match
Well,
just pissed me off.
yeah, we have the competitors are Xia Li, Sonya Deville, Natalya, Lacey Evans, and Ronda Rousey, and all five women are going to compete in the match. The SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan watches on from the skybox. Here are
Living
some
her drinking an alcoholic drink. I think.
having a good time. All the women fight equally. Rousey tosses Sonya Deville into the railing, and then Rousey locks Natalya in an armbar, and Natalya quickly taps. Natalya is eliminated from the match. Sonya Deville and Ronda apply submissions to both Xia Li and Lacey Evans, and both Xia and Evans tap out. Ronda then hits Sonya Deville with a chokehold, but I'm sorry, yeah, so Sonya Deville applies chokehold, but Ronda sends Sonya into the railing. Ronda nails a quick Piper's Pit and applies an ankle lock, and Sonya taps out. And Ronda Rousey is your number one contender again for the SmackDown Women's title, and that match will take place at Extreme Rules on October 8th, 2022, live in Philadelphia. So, what do you think? Are you happy that Ronda is the new number one contender?
I didn't really care for this match. I mean, honestly, I didn't realize this was an elimination match. I thought it was like just like whoever wins it wins. But like I was once Ronda pinned like the first person, I'm like, oh come on, she already won. But then like I'm like, oh shit, it's just somebody's been eliminated. I was like lost for a second. I didn't realize it was an elimination match. But yeah, no, I think we all know this is gonna happen. I just
Yeah,
hope the match goes better this time because the last time it was so. It wasn't Liv's fault.
I just
Last
feel like not to cut you off. I feel like this whole entire Ronda Rousey thing is stupid. Like for a month, she's labeled as getting in trouble, and now she's back in the title picture. Like, what was the point of that? She should have just had a rematch at Clash at the Castle.
she doesn't want to be there. Honestly, I just send her home.
Yeah. Well,
Same
the Usos are backstage and they're hyping up Solo, and Sammy, is telling him that he's got his back. And Solo says, "I appreciate the help out there, Sammy." And Sammy says, "We are all looking out for you." And pretty much all the Bloodline members will be at ringside for Solo's match against Drew later on. We then see Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey backstage, and Shayna wishes Ronda good luck in her match. And Ronda says, let me know when you're ready to break bones again. So I have a feeling like Ronda and Sonya are going to team up eventually. Uh,
Sonya
yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Ronda right now.
said Ronda and Sonya.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ronda and Shayna. I'm sorry, Ronda and Shayna Baszler. Sorry. It makes sense because they are a part of the four horsewomen of MMA, but I just feel like I just don't understand. Again, I said this earlier. Why are you going to have Ronda be in the title, be the champion, lose the rematch, not compete for it again, and then become number one contender again? What is there to do? She lost.
Because she was suspended.
Yeah, but didn't she lose at um
No, she won. She won the number. I mean, I'm not for it, but she did win the number one contenders fatal 5-way match.
okay, but listen, pause. Liv beat her at Money in the Bank. Then
Yeah,
they had a rematch at SummerSlam and Liv beat her, right?
under
Fair and square.
a technicality.
What was the technicality?
Liv tapped out before the referee counted three, but the
Oh, that happened there. I thought that happened on I thought that happened at Money in the Bank.
and it happened that no, the first time in Money in the Bank, Liv Ronda wasn't 100%. The second time, none of the matches been fair. The first time she wasn't 100%. The second time, that whole technicality happened with Liv tapping out and Ronda like being for three. Now
I
the
just don't think Ronda brings anything. I think she's boring to watch.
I'm just trying to like bounce off you, kind of, or like give an explanation. I don't know.
But what do you think though? Do you think she's a worthy? Because I honestly don't think she's a worthy contender. I think
I feel like honestly, Charlotte Flair should be back already, and I want to see Charlotte versus Liv. Honestly, I don't know why I'm saying that, but I want to see Charlotte versus Liv.
the
I
only way this match could make sense is if they make it a submission match, or if they make it like an Iron Woman, like something where it's like there has to be a final decision.
It doesn't really have a submission though. What's her submission gonna like just make someone to make something up?
Well, because the thing is that Liv tapped out, and so it's like, what are they gonna? I mean, that Liv has to prove that she won't tap out again, and if that's the whole thing with Ronda. I mean, are they gonna have another match? And what's gonna happen?
I'm
Ronda's gonna get the pinfall, and Liv's gonna tap. There has to be a match where it's just submissions. You lose by tapping out. So
uh,
that way they can say, listen, you didn't pin me while I was tapping out, or they can just say, all right, you know what? It is Extreme Rules, so they might add, I don't know. I just feel like they need to have a definite ending between these two. But speaking of that, we have our next match, the Maximum Male Models and Los Lotharios with Max and Maxine Dupree taking on Hit Row and the Street Profits with B-Fab. And this is a fun match to watch. Massey nails a sidekick to Adonis. The Lotharios attack Adonis, and then Humberto Carrillo dives and accidentally nails Angel Garza. Dawkins dives onto everyone outside. Top Dollar goes to dive, but Maxine gets on the apron. However, BFAP pulls her down, and Hit Row nail a heavy hitter to Mansois, and they get a 3. And Hit Row and the Street Profits get the win. So, what do you think about that fun 8-man tag match? What do you think?
the right team won. Isn't Top Dollar and what's her name B-Fab together?
I didn't know. Are they?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're a couple on it because I see like they post like a lot of things together, like videos and stuff. I think they're
Breaking news from Carlos Caribbean Cool. Do you feel like any of these teams can be unified tag team champions?
The Street Profits already had million chances. Los Lotharios, I don't know. And Hit Row, they need some time a little bit to build up because they just came back.
Okay.
And the other team, what their team is, the fashion people, whatever. Nah,
Maximum male models.
I don't know. No, nothing. No, big zero for them.
Okay. All right. Well,
Not big zero, but like I mean, like LA Knight is whole, it's totally different person. Like that's that he's like he's money right there. But the
Masane.
whole like thing right there, I like LA Knight, but I feel like they might be bringing him back because there was like a backstage segment where like he said he walked off on them or something,
Mm.
and it happened this week.
LA.
I don't know if you saw it. But
I would like to see him back in his regular gimmick. So we then see Alpha Academy come out and they basically trash Braun Strowman. Chad Gable says Otis would have left Braun laying had he seen him coming, and then cue Braun Strowman to come out. And Braun just basically destroys the Alpha Academy and he power bombs Otis. What do you think about Braun Strowman coming out and attacking Otis again? I mean, what's going on here?
I guess I mean I don't know. Braun's just doing whatever he wants at this point.
Do you think he's after Otis, or do you think he's just after everybody and Otis and Chad are in the way?
He did say everybody. I mean, they brought up his name. What's he gonna do? He's not gonna stay back there and take it. Come out and like, you know.
Let me look up here really quick before we talk about our main event. I just want to see see really quick here. Give me one moment, Carl. So all in all, this was a pretty decent SmackDown before we talk about the main event. Um, some moments were good, some moments were kind of lackluster. But let me see here. I want to check to see if there's been any okay, we find out next week. Here are the matches and everything happening from this week, next week, sorry, on SmackDown. We had the New Day taking on Los Lotharios, the Street Profits, and Alpha Academy in a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contenders for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles. And this match was ruined by Braun Strowman last week, so they're gonna have their final rematch. All right, now we are at our main event. We have Solo Sikoa with the unified tag team champions, the undisputed tag team champions, the Usos and Sami Zayn, taking on Drew McIntyre. And this is Solo Sikoa's main roster debut. Here are some quick notes from this match. Drew nails a clothesline, a future shock DDT, but the Usos pull out Solo Sikoa before any more can happen to him. Solo nails a belly to belly and then a running hip attack in the corner. Drew is able to go for a Claymore to Sami Zayn, but Sikoa nails a super kick and gets a 2 count. The Usos then attack Drew McIntyre outside until the Street Profits make the save. Montez Ford flies onto the Usos and Sami Zayn, and then the end comes after Drew McIntyre nails a Claymore to Sikoa outside of the ring. However, as Drew goes back into the ring, Karrion Kross shows up from behind and applies a straight jacket choke to Drew, and Drew McIntyre fades. The screen turns to black and white while Kross has the attack and the hold applied on Drew McIntyre. And Drew, like, Karrion Kross has your number, man. What do you think of the match, Solo's debut, and then Karrion Kross getting involved in the end?
The match was alright. I just wish it never ended. It didn't end in like a DQ finish like that or something. But me or was it a count out, right?
It was just there was no finish because before the match could even finish, Karrion Kross had attacked Drew McIntyre.
Okay. I hope they have like maybe a rematch or something. That I feel like that's like bad for support. It's like record right now. Like since he's just debuting, he already lost. He already like it was DQ finish. I kind of found that a little like eh. But I feel like they're definitely like building Karrion Kross versus Drew McIntyre Extreme Rules for sure.
Yeah.
Apparently Roman won't be back to Survivor Series.
Well, until then, we are going to see. I think you're right. We are going to see Kross versus McIntyre. But what was your moment of the night from this episode of SmackDown?
Moment of the night. Um. Hmm. Probably inducting Solo into the Bloodline.
Okay. You
Yeah.
liked seeing that. That was cool.
I'm surprised they didn't save that for the ending of the show. Like they just had a match. I would have thought they would have saved that. And I wish Roman would have been there too, because I want to like hear what he has to say about his younger cousin. But yeah, apparently he's out for like 3 to 6 weeks or something.
Oh God, he
Vacation.
needs to come back soon. For me, my favorite moment was seeing Karrion Kross come from behind and attack Drew McIntyre. That was unexpected, and I was happy to see that. I thought it was very interesting and very cool. But speaking of interesting and cool, we will be dropping our Monday Night Raw recap shortly as well. That was from September 12th, 2022, and that will be dropping soon. We have Friday Night SmackDown on Friday, September 16th. A lot is happening. Extreme Rules is coming up soon. Carlos, thank you for joining me, my friend. And I want you all to stay safe and make sure you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell on YouTube. Just search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Leave us a comment. Let us know. Our latest video got 1.9 thousand views. So thank you for that. You could also check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts. Just search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast and give us a 5-star rating. All right, Carlos, thank you for joining me. Everyone, be safe and stay uncensored, and we will see you soon. Bye.